It's Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Let's talk about the news. From the Associated Press, Polish opposition leader Tusk declares win after exit poll shows ruling conservatives lose majority. The incumbent Law and Justice Party has seemingly, once again, pulled in the highest overall number of votes in last weekend's Polish parliamentary election, but the 200 or so seats it won, even when paired with the far-right Confederation Party's 12 or so seats, wouldn't be enough to form a government, which is likely to allow the country's opposition, led by Donald Tusk, to form a more centrist government. If these results stand, this would mark a huge turning point for Poland, which has seen a significant turn away from the democratic rule of law toward a more authoritarian setup, which has eroded checks and balances at a pace that has alarmed human rights organizations and fractured relationships with other European Union nations, resulting in a holdup of billions of euros in funding from the EU. The Confederation Party was also campaigning on ending support for Ukraine. So this outcome, the result of a vote that saw the largest participation rate in the country's history, with nearly 73% of voters casting a ballot, could mean more funding for Kyiv and the potential release of those funds from the EU for the Polish government. From Reuters, New Zealand National Party's Luxon to lead new government. New Zealand's centre-right National Party will form a government with the further-right ACT Party, replacing the government of the Labour Party that no longer holds enough seats in Parliament following last weekend's general election. The Labour Party led New Zealand through the COVID-19 pandemic, with some widely celebrated successes that eventually segued into broad discontent, with a long period of lockdowns and persistent economic issues. The new government's majority, which seems to be locked in, but final results won't be reported until November 3rd, is slim, and they may need to include the populist First Party in their coalition if they want to actually govern. And from The Guardian, Zimbabwe bans large gatherings as threat of cholera outbreak grows. Large gatherings of 50 or more people have been banned by the Zimbabwean government, and food can no longer be served at public events, as a wave of cholera cases have caused at least 100 deaths, and there are currently nearly 5,000 suspected cases spread across more than 40 districts. These cases and deaths have raised concerns that the country could see an epidemic similar to one that killed about 4,000 people across the country in 2008. The government has also increased surveillance at ports of entry, and they've advised that folks shouldn't shake hands, as the cholera bacteria is most commonly spread via contaminated food or water, but can also be transmitted through human contact. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com, and you can support this and other related projects like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts at understandery.com.